Hi everyone, please give me a moment while I connect to Facebook. And I think we should be live on Facebook. Hi everybody. Welcome to the Strategic Swing Trader weekly broadcast. I am Sami, Director of Education at T3 Live. Hope you're doing well. Hope your weekend's going great. We're going to talk about the market. Lots to talk about. I'm going to go over my watch list with you also. But before we start, as always, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss in this video is for educational purposes only. If you're new to our channel, please be sure to download the free ebook. Link for that is in the description. Also, if you have any questions, put them in the comment section or reach out by emailing customer service info@t3live.com. If you find benefit in today's video, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and let's get started, shall we? All right, here we go. So last week, I do this video every Sunday morning. And last week, that's how the market looked. And I said, I can't be bearish on the market. It was setting up long. Those were like my exact words. Unless we take out this pivot, then it would be really bearish. I wasn't necessarily saying it's going to, but I was telling you that the market was bullish unless we break the pivot, which is exactly what happened. And then it turned bearish. We had the breakdown bar. We had a couple of narrow range bars. And then on Friday, we broke under those narrow range bars to continue lower. So after a wide range bar, we typically get a narrow range bar. So this red bar, the next day a narrow range bar. This red bar, next day a narrow range bar. In fact, 2 narrow range bars in a row. We have a wide range bar. So tomorrow, I'd expect maybe a gap down. And if we gap down, that I would be looking to play it long. Of course, I don't trade blind. I always look for a setup at the open if I'm going to play it long. But if we get a gap down, I'm probably going to be looking long. And then when all said and done, we might end up with one of those narrow range bars tomorrow. But overall, the bias is hard to determine now because we turned bearish, but we're already down a lot. So if we say, okay, it's bearish, okay, but for how much more? Is it bearish just to here? Are we expecting to retest the lows? That's what I don't know. Do you see what I mean? So yeah, we did turn bearish, but do we expect to continue, do we expect this to be a long-term sell-off? Is it short-term? I'm thinking short-term. That's why I'm thinking if we gap down or sell off hard into 10 o'clock or 10:30 reversal time tomorrow into the 200 on the daily chart of the Qs, maybe I would actually look to play long. I played the Qs long right here, and it was maybe one of my best trades or the best trade this year for me. I played 3,000 shares of the TQQ. So I'm not saying this is as good because we were falling apart and had a 4.5 or 5% gap down. Unless you have a pandemic or the Great Recession, every single time the market gaps down a large amount like this, it always gets bought. If we get even a small gap down, I'm actually going to be looking to play long. Or if we don't get a gap down and we just sell off hard, then I might also be looking to play long. But again, in terms of providing you with an overview for what the market is going to do the entire week, I have no idea, to tell you the truth, because it's hard. We don't have a setup, and yet we're down a lot already. So we could continue lower, but we could also, pop right back up. The SPY has a lot more room to fall. I mean, to here initially, but then it could keep going. It has a lot more room than the Qs. And then the IWM has room to, to about 2.0. I don't know what the number would be here. 203 or so maybe. So, I don't think we have like a ton of room to fall, but we still have more room to go if the market decides to be bearish. So I told you what my game plan is for Monday, but I don't know what my game plan is going to be for the rest of the week, or what my game plan would be if we actually gapped up, because I don't know that I would be bullish if we gapped up. I was only going to be bullish if we gapped down or sold off really hard at the open on Monday. So it's not an easy environment to be in, because again, we just turned bearish, but we also sold off hard, and I'm not sure how bearish we are going to be going forward, right? Short-term bearish, but longer term, is hard to really tell. So that's kind of my, just wanted to spend a couple minutes discussing the market with you because it's really tough. All right, in terms of the swing ideas for tomorrow, I have a few. I have a lot more in the video description if you want to take a look at the entire list. But look at this A-bus. I had an idea posted in the newsletter on Wednesday or so as a swing here. I didn't love it. It would have been phenomenal. I wish I took it. It was just an idea and not an official call. Took off, and this thing is just not looking back. So idea for you, long right here. Stop can be right here, but I wouldn't do that. It would be too tight for me. Stop right here under the big green bar is low. It's extremely bullish, the A-bus. Speaking of bullish, I noticed on Friday that the PLTR wouldn't drop with the market. I was like, wow, I wasn't interested in it. It didn't have a setup, but I noticed that it wouldn't drop with the market. And sure enough, it's being added to the S&P 500. I just saw the news this morning. I didn't read the whole article, but I saw the tweet that it's being added. So somebody knew something. People in the know, bought it on Friday. You see what I mean? That's why it didn't sell off with the market. Otherwise, explain to me why PLTR, which is a big company, didn't participate at all, which is a tech company, with the NASDAQ, which dropped over 3%. Somebody knew something. If the SEC wants to investigate anybody, that's who I would investigate. The news wasn't yet public and somebody knew something. Look at that PLTR into the end of the day. It's just getting bought and bought and bought. Anyways, that's just neither here nor there, but just wanted to share that with you. The A-bus kind of reminded me of it, but the A-bus is a biotech, so it trades on its own. PLTR does not. It's a tech stock. The CAVA, CAVA, long, it's tough because here's the entry, but then if we waited for 120 to trigger, it'd be a really big stop. And if we did it right here, then it would be into resistance on the hourly chart. So that's my issue with the CAVA. It looks nice, bullish, rounding bottom on the hourly chart, but then the entry is not really, I'm not too sure about which entry is more appropriate, the 116 or 120. So I'm letting it go for tomorrow. The COMP looks beautiful if, and only if, it can take out the highs here, which is about 540 something. 541 I thought. That's 539. So the entry would be about 541. It's a daily buy setup and an hourly rounding bottom. So I like it. CSTL, I could have played it a couple weeks ago as a breakout right here, but I passed. And it stayed really bullish. Notice again, these are on their own page because they're biotech. The biotech stocks, a lot of times, the company's fate is not decided by whether the NASDAQ is up or down. It's by FDA approval, denial, trial success, failure, things like that. Okay? So CSTL broke out already, but it's not too late. I don't think it's too late. That's the weekly, and here's the monthly. What a beautiful monthly chart. So I would love for it to base more, but I think it's okay to try as is over 30.50 with a stop under, maybe under, let me see the weekly chart. The tightest stop would be this bar's low, which is 28.40. So over 30.50 by 28.40. Cube is a real estate stock, and just like biotech, a lot of real estate stocks are bullish and on their own page. Look at the IYR, which is the real estate ETF, one of many, but I mean, just bullish. So Cube is really bullish. We got a base breakout over the base, stop under it. There's a bunch of real estate stocks in the video description. I have the description open right now. So we have ARR, that's real estate. AGNC, I think, is in the video description, but these two don't move very much. What else? NLY, which looks nice. I like it a lot over the base, but also doesn't move very much. But if it triggers, I mean, that's a nice monthly on the NLY. So there's a few in the video description that look good. And I think Unit maybe, okay, I have it on the, Unit is also real estate. I have it on this list. So I'll go over it in a minute. Docs, unfortunately, I was in it and I got shaken out on this day. I mean, it's bad. It got shaken out and then it popped. So that was unfortunate, but I like it higher still. So I'm watching for a re-entry on the docs, okay? Like it higher still. That's weekly, monthly, and daily. eBay, really bullish. Entry, there was an entry right here, and there's an entry over the base, stop right here. On eBay, looks higher. I'm impressed. IMVT has a 1, 2, 3. I would definitely do the IMVT if we didn't have that resistance not too far above. So it's a 1, 2, 3. It might still work. Long over that bar's high, stop under it. So 34.50 by 92, 95. So that would be the entry and the stop. LW looks beautiful. Not so much on the daily. The daily is fine, totally fine. It's a breakout. But look at that monthly chart. So I like it a lot. Only if it takes out 63.50. Stop would be under the red bar's low, which is 60.60. So it's about a $3 stop almost. And target maybe 70. Has more room. But by the time it moves up to 70, the 20 MA on the weekly, which is that blue line, will have probably caught up. And here's the monthly. Looks beautiful. So I like it a lot. LW. And then Unit is another real estate stock. It doesn't have a great entry because it already popped 2 days in a row. It's like the A bus. It's a little bit late. But maybe here, stop right here. Or stop under the big green bar's low. It's an idea for you. It's another real estate stock. I don't think that's one of the plays that I'm going to do tomorrow. I have already completed the newsletter. That's not one of them because of the resistance and the fact that it's a bit late. But it has a lot of relative strength. I would love to find some nice shorts. I have a couple of shorts that I'm in that are working really well right now in the newsletter. But here's some more ideas. The ARRY basing looks beautiful. What's the issue? The monthly is into support. So will it take it out? Probably. Eventually we'll take it out. Do I want to be, do I want to be shorting into support? I don't usually. So short, stop right here, or you can use the tighter stop. AZUL looks lower for sure. What's the problem? Too many red bars on the hourly chart in a row. So I would like to see a narrow range bar before shorting it. The entry would be still under 225, stop over 270. CHPT did it as an earnings play short. It worked, and we scalped it 2 days in a row in the day trading room. Worked. I like it lower under this pivot right here, which is 128. Stop probably over 148, 20 cents. The IRWD is a weekly sell setup. This is a little bit difficult because the 20 is pointing up, but short maybe under 449. Stop above the base. Target one, the prior low, 379. RXRX looks beautiful, but it's the same issue. Not too far from support. So if you're okay with just covering it here, about $5, I think. Yeah, $5, about $5. Then it's lovely. So short under the base, stop just over here. So stop over 633, entries under 589, and target about $5. WB, I like it a lot, not because of the daily. The daily is not very impressive at all, but because of how weak it is on the monthly. This stock is probably headed to zero, headed down to, I don't know, but just maybe zero, maybe it'll take a while, but this thing is really, really weak. So I like it lower under 715, 717 to be exact, but let's say under 715 with a stop over 762. Okay, this bar is high. So I like it as a long-term short. And then the ZBH looks beautiful. A gap down that wiped away, took out all support. So short under this bar's low, stop above it. 104 by 105.50. There's one little problem, unfortunately, which is the fact that we have support not too far below. So this is not going to be, a big play. That's the issue with it. So that's the thing. And that's my my bearish watches. This is one of the ones that I'm in short right now. You see how beautiful it is. And okay, what I like about it is all-time low. And there's more. I have ALXO, right? All-time low. No support. So it can keep going. So that's what I like. The ZBH would be a definite yes for me as a play, as a 1, 2, 3 short, if it didn't have that support below. Because then, it still has a good amount of room, but probably not going to be a big winner. because there's that support below. And that's all I could find in terms of, you know, good watches for tomorrow. I scan every day after the close, and you know, I find more plays every single day. But those are the plays that I found for today, and I just wanted, or for tomorrow, and I wanted to share them with you. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you have, be sure to hit the like button and reach out if you have any questions, okay? Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one, on the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.